Previously on Beast Wars, we saw everything on Beast Wars rendered meaningless by time travel. Now back to the story. There is a massive time storm with Megatron in the middle of it, gloating. He's good at that. But there's one thing that he didn't count on: betrayal. And he really should have. It's kind of a big part of being on his side. Black Arachnia is not happy with this development, as she may be a Predacon, but she is built from maximal parts. Wipe them out, wipe her out. In fact, Megatron's plan would eliminate all of Megatron's minions except for Waspinator and Tarantulas. But there's a reason that only Black Arachnia would act, even if the others all knew. Rampage can't do anything to oppose Megatron. Inferno is crazy and would not care. And Quickstrike is a frickin' idiot. So with Silverbolt attempting to be gallant, Black Arachnia says to knock it off and help her fix this. They got Optimus Prime on life support, but it's just a temporary stopgap.
Well, that's just Prime.
Oh, what's left of them anyway?
Even in the face of oblivion, time to crack the wise. They need to act fast, but the problem is what to do. Optimus Prime's spark is fading. So in a move of desperation, Optimus Primal takes the spark into himself. The first and only time in Transformers lore where we have an act of selfless risk of death that also combines as something that sounds like a slash fic. Megatron knows that they can screw up his screw-up, so he quickly calls in for help. Waspinator and Inferno. The former being right out front, so that's a good call. And I guess the other one was probably nearby. This is also how he looks the morning after his birthday. Back at the Ark, Black Arachnia is doing what she can, but this ship uses tech that is 4 million years older than her and has crashed and been buried in a volcano. Might just be past its warranty. Rat Trap threatens her if she doesn't pull it off. Rather pointless since they would all cease to exist, but this does allow Silverbolt to step up and warn Rat Trap to back down. But Rat Trap is also looking to kick his ass too, remember. And just to add the cherry on top, Optimus Primal is... That's not healthy. Machines should not also be werewolves. There's a new toy out, so believe it or not, this is not just a one-episode gag. You're taking a look at the new normal for Optimus Primal. He is going to have trouble fitting onto any rescue ship that shows up, though. Megatron shows up with Inferno. I guess even Waspinator can see a plan that's this bad. And after some arguing, Megatron agrees to head outside. But Optimus recognizes their ship is completely undefended, and he likely infers what's going on. That the three blowed-up Predacons are pulling themselves back together again. Although Ravage's head is lost. Seeing as how they're outnumbered and new Optimus is a frickin' giant, Megatron has the trio blast away at the walls of the volcano.
Stay close, Maximum. It's time to transform and roll out.
This heroism thing is really going to his head. Although then again, it is a new head. During all of this, Black Arachnia tried to escape, but Megatron is still outraged that she interfered with his plan just because it would wipe her from all existence. He doesn't let that stop him from killing her, though. There are a few things that ever would stop Megatron from killing somebody, so it allows for Silverbolt to run over and have the big, tearful death scene with her. Except...
Very touching, Silverbolt. But she's just in stasis lock.
Yeah, so if you can stop crushing her to your manly torso plate for a while, what say we start the repairs?
Yeah, only with Transformers is killing someone a way of letting them know they better watch their step in the future. Meanwhile, Optimus and Cheetor are catching up with the Predacons. Waspinator, about a few words, but many whimpers. Optimus whoops Megatron's ass, but he's already got plans in motion. Rampage is attacking their ship. I've heard God is my co-pilot, but this one's got me stumped. Optimus arrives to stop Rampage from pulling the ship over the edge, but in order to protect Optimus Prime's spark, Primal is forced to deflect the missile away. The last little bit that's needed to send the ship right off the cliff. It hits exactly the right spot so that the cliffside gives and the ship splits up and falls over into the water. And I know all that Optimus Prime is thinking is, I couldn't have done that if I tried. Is there anyone left on this planet who isn't insane? So with that done, they put Optimus Prime's spark back in his body so he can come back to life in 4 million years. Assuming Megatron doesn't try this again. Unlike the herds of proto-humans, the dead bodies can't run away and hide. They don't do that very often. Roanoke is the only case that comes to my mind. So they'll need to stand watch over the Ark going forward, and so they salvage what they can from their wrecked ship to make an outpost. Say what you will about Cybertronian tech, but damn if it isn't hardy. Lasts 4 million years inside a volcano, can be restored to working order after falling off a cliff into the water. This is the stuff you never waste money on with the buyer protection plan. Obviously, this episode also plays upon the elements that I referred to in the previous part about the ties to the classic cartoon, especially with some Optimus Prime mannerisms being present in Optimus Primal, or Optimal Optimus as Megatron calls him, dropping the name of the toy into the show. This was an interesting way to go about this incorporation into it. It is part of the whole new dynamic for Season 3. Optimus is a frickin' giant robot with all of these alt modes now. Megatron is still just a T-Rex with jets. But Megatron has been thinking and scheming here. So while the physical disparity is an overwhelming maximal advantage, this sets the show up with a Superman Lex Luthor dynamic. The ultra-powerful being is up against a proactive and innovative thinker and planner. Additionally, Black Arachnia is now an enemy of Megatron, but not quite on the maximal side either, a strong but dangerous ally. With the new purpose of the Maximals to protect history by protecting the Ark, the show has a new direction to it. But a new player will be entering the scene, as we'll see when we do Deep Metal tomorrow.